So in 1993, Tommy Morrison was a star in America. The knockout artist had amassed a 38-1 record, with most of those wins coming by virtue of brutal stoppage. Okay, so Morrison had outboxed one of the hardest hitters the heavyweight division had ever seen in George Foreman to claim the vacant WBO world title. Bent arrived for these unforeseen world title shot on a 10-fight winning streak and was brought in as a mere tune-up for a title defense, tune-up of a title defense for Morrison, who was in line for an 8 million bout with WBC champion Lennox Lewis. So whoever won that would be unifying the WBO with the WBC. Okay. Herbie Hyde KO'd Tony Tucker, and Lennox Lewis just about got a decision versus Tucker. Damn, Tucker was good. But you know what? I totally forgot that Herbie Hyde KO'd Tucker. That totally escaped my memory. It goes on. I looked into Tommy Morrison's eyes as we touched gloves, and I was in a different kind of fire. I was on a different kind of fire. I was ready. I was ready to die that night, if that's what I had to do. Okay, so during the fight, I got hit with a legit shot. If it caught me less prepared, the fight would have been stopped. I get clipped with a left hook on my temple. Damn, I buckle and go into the ropes. That's when something clicked, and I remember vividly. A voice says to me, "You cannot go back to Queens getting knocked out by this mofo." But Bent says, if I had lost to Tommy Morrison, this conversation ain't taking place, man. I'm probably an alcoholic on Skid Row. I didn't win that fight. I didn't win that fight without having the wonderful gift and experience of working with George Benton, who in my estimation is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing instructors. Okay, so massive praise for George Benton. With his back to the ropes and under heavy fire, a crippling right hand buckled the champion, who never recovered. 3 knockdowns and 93 seconds after the first bell. Michael Bent was the new heavyweight champion. That's incredible. That's incredible. 3 knockdowns and 93 seconds after the first bell. Michael Bent was the new heavyweight champion. Overwhelmed with emotion and visibly in tears in the ring and on live television. Life wouldn't necessarily change for the better. 5 minutes later, I'm sitting in the dressing room depressed. Why? Because if I had got knocked out, like I got knocked out in my first pro fight, I'm a bum. I didn't trust the applause. It was superficial. It's bullish. You love me when I win, but not when I lose. The unexpected champion had arrived, but he failed to fully invest and believe in himself. I never trusted or believed in the hype. Damn, didn't believe in his own hype. His first title defense would see him at Millwall's football stadium. Okay, and what did he say? He said, if I fight Herbie 10 times, he beats me 9.9995 times. Herbie Hyde. Oh, this is Herbie Hyde in the check. The check and Bent in the Dicky Bow. Bent in the Dicky Bow. Bent said I didn't have his number. Stylistically, he had my number. He was very quick for a heavyweight and awkward as F. He was like Ken Norton meets Jimmy Young with Ernie Shavers type power. Damn. Before the fight, I was concussed in a sparring session. I survived the round and was kind of wobbly. They took me to a doctor, and this doctor was prominent in the amateur and professional boxing in the US. So the doctor examines me and tells me, listen, when you go to England, don't fight. go through the motions. Do not fight. Those were his words specifically. It would be an understatement to say that Shizzle was scary. So the champion loses his titles after being stopped in the 7th round on a chilly night under the South London stars. South London. So this is very interesting. After the fight in his dressing room, because remember, he got concussed. After the fight in his dressing room, Bent collapses and spends 96 hours in an induced coma. Jeez. Is that 4 days? Damn. Dude spent 4 days in a coma. Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. But fortunately, he lived to tell the tale. The next person he would see is the brain surgeon, whose name is etched in his memory till this day. I remember seeing this light. Turns out it was a pen light. I see the metal labeling says John Sutcliffe. OMG. This story just keeps on. This story is the gift that just keeps on giving. His surgeon's name or his doctor's name was John Sutcliffe. For the people in the UK, you will know the significance of the name John Sutcliffe. Okay, I shall proceed. I processed recognizing that I was still alive, even though I wasn't aware that I was in an induced coma. When you come out of it, you know something ain't kosher. The guy fought with a concussion, got a concussion in training, took the fight against his doctor's orders, and ends up in a coma. Wow, that's some serious shizzle right there. Ends up 4 days in a coma. It was only once its fighting days had concluded that Bent would find out that he believes his true calling in life, the world of television, cinema, and playing Sonny Liston in Ali, was perfect for the former heavyweight champion as well as countless other roles. Okay, so Michael Bent played Liston in Ali. Never actually seen that film. Okay. So yeah, he went on to do more acting, still doing acting. Bent is working on a Netflix documentary about his battle against a particular fighter with whom he crossed paths. He's a content man and enjoying his best life long after his fighting days have passed. He says, I'm lucky. I don't know how I got here, but I'm lucky. I landed where I landed. There were many ups and downs, but Michael Bent is in a wonderful place. He's in a wonderful place, and that's the story of Michael Bent intersecting with Herbie Hyde, with George Benton, with Emmanuel Stewart, Mustafa Muhammad, Evander Holyfield, and yeah, that's the story. That's the story of Michael Bent, who ascended to heavyweight champion, if only for one fight. Still got to the mountaintop. Okay, that was beautiful.